Manigrado.
Available sa CVS Pharmacy Albertsons at MBC.
The Filipino Hub is brought to you by Seafood City. It's good to be home.
Yes, the Filipino Hub is a brand new segment here on Kababayan today, but it's also a hangout place, and you're familiar with Seafood City, of course. You're familiar with Marian the Foodie. Now combine the two together and you have a powerhouse cast. Marian the Foodie, of course, a food blogger, and Seafood City. Marian, your connection to Seafood City, first of all, congratulations, marketing director.
Yeah.
And you are responsible for bringing Seafood City out of the conventional ways into something that's really exciting. Tell us about that.
So, I mean, it's very traditional, but also trying to bring in the youth as well. People who are in my generation, future Filipinos to come, to really connect with our culture through food, culture, and values, especially food, because that's what triggers the memories, right? You know, a lot of kids these days, sometimes they don't know how to speak Tagalog, hindi pa sila nakauwi sa Pilipinas, pero naalala nila yung spaghetti na lola, you know, or yung pancit. You know, food is that trigger for them.
That's actually very smart. But, you know, if food and Seafood City, that's almost synonymous. And fresh and clean supermarkets and all that. But what I like is now you're making it into a hub, which is when you need food, of course, you go to Seafood City. But not only that, because you can go to Seafood City for other things, meaning family get-together, which brings us now to the family values. Yeah.
So values is important because it's part of our culture. You know, it all intertwines. And some of the values that we have, of course, is respect, hospitality. Those are things that, you know, Filipinos have. Friendliness. And we really want to show people, not just our generation and our community, but people who are not Filipino.
Yeah. Let's talk about these food values, and then the last one is culture.
Yes.
And so you're really promoting Filipino culture. Is that, am I getting it right? You want to promote Filipino culture through Seafood City, through the restaurant, through the supermarket, and through your products.
Through our products, through our community outreach and events. We're very involved with the community, with churches, with schools. It's all cohesive, and if in order to build up our Filipino community, we all have to work together.
Yes, let us take a look at some of the photos, because you are now going to see these. In fact, for those of you who live around the West Covina area, punta na po sa Seafood City dyan, because you're going to see different photos. Tell us about this. Pinili nyo lang ba yung mga popular na mga Filipino dishes?
Well, it's things that have a trigger, things that are part of true Filipino goodness. What makes us uniquely Filipino, diba? Inihaw, lechon. Our tagline is, our hello is, kumain ka na ba?
Yeah,
because you know that's true.
Correct, yes. Yeah. Let's take a look at this next photo, because it has that halo-halo. Of course, let's not forget the Filipino dessert.
Of course, very, very Filipino. And it's people who are young, old, we all know what halo-halo is.
Oo nga, tama, no? We don't say hello na parang sa Chinese ni hao, ganyan. Pero sa atin nga, kumain ka na ba? Tama, no?
Yeah. So it's very food-centered.
Right, right. And in fact, tayo din yung pagkasalo-salo, we can't eat. It's just also in our culture, no? We can't eat while other people aren't eating.
Exactly. So it's all a shared type of activity.
Right. And speaking of that, it's also a Filipino value, which is also Filipino values. One of the things that Seafood City wants to highlight. Let's take a look at some new other photos. Family, very important.
And our tagline for values is, because we never forget who we are. You know, even the ones who are here, we still, you know, we send the most remittances back, diba, sa Pilipinas. We always are still deep-rooted in our culture back home.
Right.
So we never want to forget that, no matter how many generations are here. And some of the values that are important is familia, you know.
Family, of course, yeah. And then some of our traits that's very uniquely Filipino is, number one, of course, hospitality.
Exactly, respect. Especially hospitality too. That all ties back into food.
Right.
Whenever we have someone come in, I know for Thanksgiving at my house, I have all my friends who are non-Filipino come in, and the first thing they do is eat.
Yeah.
Have a second, have a third.
Exactly. And tayo lang pong mga Pilipino, yung may mga nakareding Ziploc and takeaway boxes. My family, diba? You can't leave a Filipino party without the takeaway boxes, right? Yeah. And also another thing, the last campaign is culture. Yes, let's take a look at, so yellow naman yung pictures, diba? And it has?
And our tagline is, because we always find a reason to celebrate, diba?
Tama, very
Wedding, funeral, kahit ano, we sing, we dance, we eat, it's all, we celebrate life. That's very Pinoy. So that's why fiestas, singing, dancing, simbang gabi, all those things are very part of our Filipino culture.
And with this brand new campaign, we need to thank you because you're really being proud of the Filipino culture and you're putting it out there for people to enjoy, especially for generations like second, third, fourth generation, your generation, to be proud of being Filipino. Not just food, of course, first and foremost, but also culture. What can we expect from Seafood City? What kind of commitment can we expect from them? Commitment to the community.
Commitment that we are always there to help elevate the Filipino community, not just within our own community, but to mainstream as well. You know, I think it's a perfect time because we have a lot of Filipino American chefs who are on TV. Top Chef, The Taste, Philippine cuisine, I think is going to be the next big thing.
And I'm hearing that there's going to be a lot of activities in the different branches of Seafood City as well.
Yes, yes, definitely. So keep an eye out for that. And our website is launching soon, so it'll definitely be focused on true Filipino goodness, food, values, and culture.
Thank you so much, Marian, for sharing a lot of information with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And make sure you visit your nearest branch of Seafood City, also their website. When it launches, come back and tell us about it.
Sure,
right?
but now they can actually follow us on Facebook. We have a lot of coupons and news and everything there. So it's facebook.com/Seafood City Markets.
Thank you so much, Marian the foodie, and we will be back, Kababayan performer, when we return. Don't go away.